Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and today we're here with some of Tornado's offspring, since the first 2 hatches of the season I did came from him when he was covering 2 different pens of hens, and total there were 7 hens with 4 of them in active lay. So these guys have 1 of 4 chances for who their mother was, and they all share the same father. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what makes them similar, what makes them different, and how each parent can contribute. So I've got 3 favorites and 1 that I've already identified as dinner. We're going to talk a little bit about dual-purpose dinner traits and why that bird ended up in that position. But first, we're going to go into their details. In position 1, there's 2 boys. The one with the bigger comb that's already starting to flop over, that one's 12 weeks old and he's 3 pounds 6 ounces, which is behind what Tornado had done for growth rate. At 12 weeks old, Tornado had been 5 pounds 2 ounces. So that's more than a pound difference for this son being smaller. But he feels great when I handle him. He's really fleshy. His legs are looking a little bit pale, but they're significantly darker than what his dad's were. He also does not have the little recessive feather trail of little feather nubs down the leg. All of these guys have come up clean-legged, which is good to see. Tornado was a weirdo bird. The smaller guy, he's 11 weeks old, and he weighed in at an even 3 pounds. And other than like basic conformation and growth rate and how they're feeling now, there's really not much else we can judge them harshly on. So these guys are going to get more time to grow, and we'll see how bad that comb gets on this one in the front. But they've got good substance to them. I like them where they're at right now, even though they're in the wonky teenager phase. In position 2 is a pullet, and I'm really excited about her because at 12 weeks old, she is 3 pounds. And for a girl, that's a lot. She also picked up darker leg color. These birds have not been handled, so we'll see how they act. She's probably going to turn out pretty chill. Can we see your backside? Can we see your initial width back there? She's probably not going to give us a head-on shot. But she feels absolutely fantastic. She's almost as tall as these boys. She's going to be a monster female. And that comes in handy if you have a lighter weight, smaller framed, lighter boned male, and you don't want to lose that much size. That's where these big females come into play. So you can get prettier offspring without losing too much of the fleshing and the growth. So she's going to be a pretty good dual-purpose stock type hen that I can refine the offspring on by using a more delicate male. Because usually those more delicate males are the more correct, and they have more of that refined look to them, if you know what I mean by that. Maybe I'll do a separate video on straight utility birds versus refined, standard, pretty birds. Now this one, he's in the 12-week age bracket. He weighed 4 pounds 6 ounces. And let me check my notes real quick. So Tornado was 5 pounds 3 ounces. So the difference there is 13 ounces. This guy weighing in less than his dad. Stand up for us. He's probably going to be pretty chill. But he got the pale legs, and he is extra wide in the body. If I can get him turned for a head-on shot, he's probably going to grew up to be a little bit wonky looking. Maybe I should have handled all of these. But he's gonna thicken up and he's gonna probably get a lot of bone density to him. I don't think he's gonna be a lightweight bird. I think he's gonna end up pretty clunky looking. But the reason I've already designated him as dinner is that wing there hasn't tucked in. I am gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and wait for the molt to finish. But right now, it's looking like it's not gonna close in good. So once that gets added on to the extra pale legs, and his comb is gonna be terrible. And if he'll close his mouth, he'll show us that there's a gap between the top beak and the bottom beak. Not like cross beak, but like it doesn't close as tight and snug and even as it should. So he's got a lot of stuff to pay attention to as he matures. But if I was in a hurry for space, I do want to let you know the little tidbit that if I needed to start calling at 12 weeks old, with this bird being 4 pounds 6 ounces, he would dress out to just a little smidge over 3 pounds. And with that age, that means we can do fried chicken from raw. Still tender enough for that to be a viable cooking option. Just thought I'd note that in case you need to start thinning numbers, because the other birds who remain in your spaces, they're gonna thrive better if all of them have plenty of room and less competition. So once you know a bird is not going to do you any breeding favors after the 12-week point, you don't necessarily have to wait. Just saying. This pullet though, 3 pounds. As big as the boys. Because the average male weight was like 3.5 pounds. There's other boys growing too. I pulled these two because I like their width and their body structure. I wanted to take a closer look and see where they were at. So the other cool thing going on is all of these are getting the white earlobes, and Tornado had solid red earlobes. But all of the females, they had white earlobes, and that passed forward, even on the boys. So that's cool. But I'm going to keep letting them grow and keep letting them do their thing. And we'll see how they mature. I haven't really picked a solid favorite yet. I am pretty disappointed that this guy's comb is going to get so giant. It's already tipped over. But here's another little tidbit for you. Sometimes if they don't get outside in the sunlight every day, their combs will tip over prematurely just because they want some more vitamin D and sunshine. So what I did today is I finally moved over the birds that were here, put them over where Tornado was. So now these guys can start getting outside, because there's a bunch of grass out there for them. Look at all that. I like to have them outside by 8 weeks old, but I had to wait on pen space. So now these guys can start getting out there and doing their chicken thing. I still need to clean out Rooster Coop and get it ready for the dinner boys. This guy and his friends will be headed over there as our first batch. And I have plenty of room over there and plenty of space, so this guy is not going to be fried chicken. He's going to get time to go out on pasture and do his chicken thing. And it'll be 16 weeks of age when we process that group. But I'm going to go ahead and get these guys back where they go. Do some more chores. Let's look at this pullet again, though. I think she's gonna turn out pretty decent. But it's so soon. You gotta be careful. You can't rush your selection. You can only start putting into your mind the ones you want to watch grow further. She's not gonna get the darker eye color that the breed description wants, and that's alright. It's like the bottom of the list for what I'm worried about. And for not being handled, she's not too spooky and she's not too flighty. Can we get a head-on shot of you? She's gonna be pretty long-bodied too. She's already got the width, but I think she's gonna really fill out, and I wouldn't be surprised if she hits 8 pounds by the time she's a year old. I'm certainly gonna give her the time to show me if she'll do that. We'll see. I can stand here and stare at birds all day, but I've got other stuff, so more on this later. Feel free to like and subscribe as we go through this grow season. Now that our chaotic spring is under control with planting and garden stuff, I can get back into spending a lot more time with the birds. I've got a pile of babies coming up behind these. And over time, we're going to check in with all of them.